Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, it's some more Hearthstone action. Opening day didn't go quite to plan. Actually, really frustratingly, just to get onto that, because this is now the day after the other recordings. Firstly, I lost a bunch of games to Zerg Hunter, and Zerg Hunter got nerfed within 5 hours of release, so I'm taking those L's back. That's all I'm saying. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. Also, that Terran warrior deck, which I just couldn't get working, and I was like, I was convinced after the stream, I was like, this is a deck, I'm sure it's a deck. I made a few other tweaks and I went 7-0 with it. It's like, why could I not, you know, record the 7-0 part and not the 1-6 part instead? Anyway, that's by the by. Let's get to the deck that we're doing today. I'm playing Zerg Death Knight, and I don't think anyone's really got a refined list for this. I mean, to be fair, it's one day afterwards, so it's going to take a few more days/weeks for the list to get fully refined, but I think people don't even have the right rune system yet for this deck. I was actually looking on HS Replay from the early statistics, and people are going crazy with this deck. I've seen Double Unholy Frost, which is what I'm going to do today. I've seen Rainbow, I've seen Double Unholy Single Blood, I've seen All Unholy. None of them seem to have great win rates, to be fair. I did kind of say that I think maybe the Death Knight one ends up going a bit under the other Zerg decks. Anyway, what is the game plan for this deck? In all seriousness, the game plan for this deck is to get Infestor to go off multiple times. Thereby, your Zerg get insane stats, and you just run over your opponent with insane Zergs. That's kind of the gimmick of the deck. Now, there are a few ways to achieve this. One of the really high impactful ways is if you can play some sort of tokeny swarmy opening. You can play Viper to summon a minion from your opponent's hand, like a Dirty Rat effect, and then have your Zerg attack it and hopefully kills an Infestor, triggers the Death Rattle, buffs your board, and puts another Infestor back onto the board again. You can also Death Growl this around onto other tokens, so you get more bang for your buck off the Infestor. Then beyond that, you kind of have to put the rest of the Zerg package in because Viper wants you to have other Zerg minion and you're buffing Zerg minions. So basically, what I did when I was creating this deck was do this and put them all into the deck. They all have to get into the deck because it's just so paramount that you have more and more Zergs. And I'll also say, unlike the Hunter and the Demon Hunter ones as well, I think this is probably the most happy place for Brood Queen to sit because generating more cards with bigger stats is also quite a good thing to do. Beyond that, that's where things get really, really messy. There are a few different ways you could potentially have ran this deck. One of my earlier iterations of this, I've not really played too much off camera, but one of my early iterations of this had Eliza, and I had it as a rainbow deck. But after messing about for a little bit, I couldn't really justify putting Eliza in the deck. Realistically, you just want to get Infestor going off multiple times, so I dropped the Eliza. Then I was running this as Double Unholy Frost, which is what I've got now. Actually, strictly speaking with my list right now, I can actually do it as this. I haven't got the third rune requirement. But what I was originally running in this deck was... where are you? Soul Searching. And the other requirement was to have Resker in the deck. And my theory was that if we're going to have a bunch of guys dying, and the whole point of this deck is people dying, Resker surely is a good shout to put into the deck. So as soon as I put Resker into the deck, I was locked into single Frost, single Unholy, and then I thought we might as well fill out with another Unholy rune in Soul Searching. But I've eventually dropped Soul Searching from this deck, so I'm not entirely certain what the best rune requirements are. Maybe you do just drop one of the runes, maybe you don't need double of anything. But this is the list I'm at right now. The other parts of this deck are really just... I need some cheap guys. I need Death Rattle guys because the Buccaneer can also give my Death Rattle minions Reborn. I've got a few Death Rattle guys in for token generation so that I can Death Growl my Death Rattles onto other cards. And then, as some final cards as well, I've got one copy of Bob the Bartender in the deck, just because occasionally I lose just to a big guy. And if I don't have Resker, I kind of need Bob. This was the other reason why I wanted to put Soul Searching in the deck, actually, was to try and find Resker more reliably, but... it's actually quite hard even with Soul Searching to guarantee get a Resker, and I found more often than not when I played Soul Searching, I just found something I didn't need in that moment. I think the other odd cards out here are Frost Strike. I don't see many people running Frost Strike right now, but I found that sometimes if I got behind with this deck, it was super, super hard to recover. That being said, I think the crux of this deck really is to draw Spawning Pool as soon as possible. I think it's the most crucial card you can have in your deck, because you can give your minions Rush, thereby you can trade in your Banelings to do a big board clear. So I think if you don't get spawn spawning pool very quickly, you're kind of fucked, honestly. Anyway, unlike some of the other ones where I try to like hold the deck as long as possible and play 7 games with it, I think we'll iterate on this over time. Maybe the more and more I play, the more and more I realize like I'm missing specifically this interaction, and without this like counter to this interaction, I can't win the game. But yeah, so from what I've seen from this deck from playing it, I've played it about 4 or 5 times now, but not this list, to be honest with you. And playing against it a couple of times, if you let this deck get ahead of you, it's like a complete nightmare. But if you can just stay on top of it and keep dealing with the death rattles that are incoming, you're kind of like cooked, to be honest with you.
Underestimate me at your peril.
So I think Death Growl is something I would want to draw later. I'll keep a Buccaneer for the early game. I really want to find, as I said, one of my 1-drops. Ideally not Baneling Barrage though, but yeah, this is the other thing that sometimes happens. You get like the Buccaneer, but you don't get a Death Rattle on top of it, so it's like, well, what do I do with the Buccaneer now? Do I just drop it on 2? I probably now drop it on 2 because of the Handler. Same with this Baneling Barrage. Sometimes I play it on just 1, or I tested just playing it on 1, but I feel like you need to get the full value on this thing. So, I'll wait to draw a Zerg or play a Zerg.
In the rear with the gear.
I think because of the way this is started... You know what? I'm not sure that deck can deal with this. I was going to say, I don't want this to get traded, but actually, what is the worst that happens here? They have summoned 2/2/2s, make something cheaper by 2. They have a bunch of starport stuff, which is not that scary. Ah, they have forging stuff. Okay. And again, do I just drop these on the board? I feel like I want to fill out the curve. For now. But perhaps that's the wrong play. I don't know. This will hopefully be something I find out over like the next 7 or so games we play with this. Maybe I'll get a better feeling of like how aggressive I need to be and how not aggressive I can be. Because I feel like if I tried to play this as a control deck, there's just no value in it. It would really be like we're playing this as a mid-range deck. Holy moly, it's hand buff, Starship, Paladin.
The citadel stands strong.
Alright, we lose our guy, but we've got another one in our back pocket for when we need it. The other really, really important card, I think, in this matchup, I said this matchup in particular, but in terms of the deck, is actually Nida's Worm. Okay, you know what? This is a different cut for hand buff Paladin. I can kind of respect this. Not a lot, but I'll respect it more than normal.
Icy resolve.
Yep, that's the card I need. Getting this to break so that I can give my minions rush is such a high value play. Then I'm gonna probably trade. Do I trade? Trade you. Kill you. We have no one dead. Could excavate a card. I'll take Winter. I think it's not a good roll either way. You come back with Rush, so I can take this down to 4, trade it again, take it down to 2. But I can't kill it. So the question is, do I bother trying to kill it? And I think the answer to that question is no. Because I can't kill it, I won't bother to kill it. But again, the issue of not running the triple rainbow deck, sorry. I'm really, really reliant on getting Infestor before this deck can actually function in any way, shape, or form. So maybe you should put some hand buffing cards in, but if I start putting hand buffing cards in, I could be in trouble. I really don't know. Maybe it is time to put hand buffing cards in. Maybe I do put this as a rainbow deck with a bit of hand buff. I just don't know. This is obviously not great for me, but, you know, what can I do about it? Other than draw Bob. It's not Bob. You're a little bit too late, to be completely honest with you.
I say resolve.
Button or not button? I can't kill this thing. I don't know. It feels so scuffed. Maybe I'll try and put some hand buff cards. I've not actually tried that yet with this deck. I'm just super all or nothing. And if you give it 2 damage to all, I'm going to be so upset. Alright, it's 2 damage to all. It always is. Wow, that is so unbelievably greedy. They 100% outvalue me. Okay, they might lose now because of that play. Solely because of that play, this is losable. Three, 6, 9. I need to play another card, ideally. I definitely should have played Buccaneer on top of that, you're right. Oh, I say that. I might unironically need to just run everything in right now, so maybe I'm wrong. Whatever I've done is not a good idea. I also should probably have ran that in with tokens instead. Well, we still have a Baneling in hand. I've lost my rush, though. Yeah, this was horrible. I played this so poorly this turn. The other reason, by the way, why I think you have to have Frost, Single, and Holy, in case you're wondering why I've started in this position, I think Resker and Yelling Yodel is just such a good combo, and I probably would put Yesker in this deck. No, Yesker. Yelling Yodel in this deck. Regardless. And don't let my opponent get this twisted. I'm not losing to Terran Paladin right now. I'm just losing to fucking Handbook Paladin. A deck that is just eternally OP. Okay, 3, 6, 9. If I play this, I'll go down to 10 cards. But I need to find a better way of clearing the board. That's probably the card I was going to need to do this. 1. I guess it's going to be 1, 2.
One dose solves any problem.
Might as well hold the Zergling. I can just tell already they're gonna have fucking Leroy and just run me over in a moment. Okay. You know what? This isn't too bad. This is effectively all their stuff. I'm stunned they made that trade. I'm also stunned they made that trade. So you're saying there's a chance?
Here I come, ready or not.
I think I just push button here. That should be almost all their healing. They still have the 1-drop, right? Ooh. Okay, that's fine. We still have the 1-drop, I think. From the tiger. Right? I didn't kill the other 1-drop. They have the big starship. Oh, it's relatively big starship. This isn't a million miles away, by the way, that paladin deck from what I've tried to put together for this Terran deck. I don't have the hand buff stuff in it, but
Reporting for duty.
Crusader's Aura is in it for me. Do I take an Infestor? Surely I take an Infestor, right?
Eyes on the horizon.
Not that. So I'm going to get 2 more cards added to my hand. I could do with emptying a little bit more. So I think I'm actually going to make a somewhat unfavorable trade. Alright, my hand is going to be too full. Just live with it. It's fine. There's nothing in my deck other than Rescue and Bob that I need. I really need Bob. I probably could have emptied my hand completely. It was slightly awkward, though. It's fine. I definitely won't draw Rescue or Bob next turn.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Right, here goes my board.
Let's set something on fire.
You know what? I've fucked. I've lost, haven't I? I had to make sure I could draw Rescue or Bob. I don't really have an answer to this. I guess I've got Chill Baron. Not Bob, please, on draw.
For duty.
Or Reska. That's fine. Or as fine as we can realistically hope for. Search for freeze. Okay, it is freeze. I guess you're right, but I should have been more specific. 3, 6. Rest could be a huge draw.
Take a good look. You ain't never seen a very dead alive.
And that's why I wanted Resker in the deck. Just to screw my opponent over like that. Because what's...
Let's make it count.
Oh. Actually, we could still be in trouble here. Does the 4-2 live? It does. I was going to say, what's worse is the 4-2 is going to survive, I think.
You want a piece of me, boy?
So I have Rush for this turn as well. I mainly wanted that for the reborn, by the way, so that was completely fine. I forgot to push the button. Alright, I missed 1 damage.
Tuned to perfection.
Ready to plunder.
Yeah, Hellbat, by the way, crazy card. Probably the best card that was printed for the Paladins. So strong. Especially since there's not other Terrans, it's just other minions.
Alright, I'm out.
Really, really strong. Despite the win there, by the way, I think there is some stuff we can improve upon. I'm not a results-orientated gamer. I could feel something was wrong there. There's something wrong. We need to make some small changes. And honestly, I think I've now seen enough between my off-camera and on-camera playthroughs. I don't think Froststrike is the good enough card to pull back into the game. There's probably better options even than that. What I will probably say at this point is I'd like something that buffs my cards. Maybe we'll do a Blood Tap. Another way to spend my corpses, because that's the other sad thing I've got right now, I don't have a great way to spend my corpses. At which point, again, I have to ask the question of, do I just throw Eliza into the deck? Is there really any downside to putting Eliza into my deck? Answer, I actually don't think there is. It's just, the downside is where do I put it into the deck? I might drop 1 copy of Yodeler. How do we feel about 1 copy of Yodeler being dropped? Because I really want the early game. The probable right answer is to drop Bob, but in case we get up to a ginormous starship, I think I would like Bob as an answer to it. Because I don't have great answers to a single big guy. So, 1 and 0, but we've made a few tweaks. And actually, we're really just seeing how good Blood Tap is. If Blood Tap's not very good, then spin the wheel again. Let's look for some other cards.
Foxy versus Morgo.
Alright, Shamans are typically pretty scary. Infestor is like the card we want. Let's try this. We have the coin, so I could coin out Nidus Worm on 3, or I could coin Infestor, but... Sorry, on 2. Or I could coin Infestor on 2. My only downside of doing that is I don't have any of the combo cards to play with it by that point either. The other thing I'm trying to decide on is whether or not I just want to throw Zergling onto the board. I kind of want to have some sort of pressure on the board to mean I've got a chance of keeping the Infestor on the board for a turn to play the Yodeler. Shaman's also normally pretty aggressive. Case in point. They play 1 mana, 2/2 with an upside. Never mind, change of heart. We're playing this. This is such a good card. I actually think this is the most important card in this deck. Okay, it's the Starship deck. Interesting. Please don't roll 2 to all. That's all I want. Coin Nidus. Not great.
In the rear with the gear.
Alright, well, I've let happen what I said I didn't want to ever happen. I've given them the board. But we can fight for it.
Maybe this one or that one.
Actually, I don't want to play that one. I want to play Miracle now. That's fine. I was just trying to work out exactly what I was trying to do here. It's like the board wasn't super scary, but at the same time, it's like, I can't play Infestor onto this board. And then it was whether or not I wanted to play this or the Zerglings for the Viper, but I'm probably not going to play the Viper next turn, knowing there's an 8/8 in hand. I just need to play this one a little bit slower, I think. Send it.
My dread blade will crave blood.
Give them a decision. Do you want to kill this, or do you want to let me try and copy it and mess it about? Yeah, I thought so. A great turn from them. The maths doesn't math very well right now, but what can you do? Generated a bunch of corpses. I'm fairly well set up now to get Kerrigan and play it. My Banelings are also pretty strong right now. I kind of need to save the Zergling for the other one. If it's Wave of Nostalgia, I've dealt with that. I don't think it will be Wave of Nostalgia because they're running the Terran package. Great news for me. Alright, the game's crashed. That's not great news for me. Try and get it back in quick. I was intrigued where this game was going, Hearthstone. Hurry up! Okay, we're resuming. We're resuming. This draw is pretty good. That's also a pretty good draw. Okay. I doubt this thing is living, but it's kind of done its job for me. I need Kerrigan and a refill. Yeah, okay. It took a horn. I can live with this. In fact, I did one more damage because it attacked with the horn. Well, that's 3 keywords. It got Wind Fury, Rush. Oh, I got it times 2. Never mind. I'm less annoyed now. I'm still slightly peeved, but whatever. Should I actually wait on the Kerrigan here? Because that's 10 damage incoming. I kind of need to clear it. I think I have to wait. Nearly order. Actually, 2, No. 1, 1, 1 Viper. Actually, I've done this wrong. Whatever, it's fine. I at least denied the Wind Fury. No, you know what? I think I'm right. I think this wasn't bad, because if I played the double Baneling, the order still wouldn't have been right. There was just no good way for me to clear that. Waste another Horn Charge. Perfect. Here comes Rainer. It's rolled pretty good again. This is Baneling Yodel time, I think, because I'm really out of stuff.
Shout it from the mountaintop.
Battle cruiser operation.
Okay, Reska's here. I can't Yodel Reska anymore, but it still kind of served its purpose. Forced another trade into a Garbo minion.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Here I come, ready or not.
I think the right play here is not to push the button. I think I need to generate more value. It's also a Paladin. What are the odds it can clear this board as a Paladin?
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
Got no patience for sitting around.
Good.
You want a piece of me, boy?
That's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. Attack first. Can't attack first. No, I can attack first. By the way, this is going to do insane things with Lurker. They have no minion in hand. I cry. It's actually saved them. I say it saved them. They're still in a pretty bad spot, let's put it that way. But they were dead if there was a minion in hand. I knew one was cheese, I just didn't know what the other one was. Ah, it's another lock on.
Optics
Okay.
online. Let's go kill something.
Engine screaming.
They have to play cheese.
Say good night, ugly.
You're good enough to embarrass.
Say good night,
You want
ugly.
a piece of me, boy?
All right, I'm out.
And that's Blood Tap, by the way. It's like, don't forget about me, you put me in the deck. I performed really well, right, guys? I was so good this game. Blood Tap, I'll leave you in for now, but I'm actually still not convinced you're the right option. I don't have, well, I was going to say I don't have a great refill, but it's not the worst refill. The other reason why I didn't want to hand buff too much is because I don't... When you transform minions with the Brood Queen, don't you lose the buffs on them? So it's kind of worthless, no?
Poxy versus
But we'll see.
Underestimate me.
Basically, I think
and
24
your
cards or so in this list are right. It's just finding the other 6 cards, and I'm just not sure what the other 6 cards will be. You aren't necessary, you aren't necessary. I wouldn't mind Baron, to be honest with you, and I think Blood Tap is also not necessary right now. I need to generate a hand first. Okay, you know what? It's an okay 1, 2, 3. I guess it's as good as I can hope for. It is 1, 2, 3. I'm always a little bit, like, bum clench when I get 2 of these guys together, because they are not particularly aggressive. They're kind of, like, cards that enable other cards, but they just don't do anything with one another. So it's like they're both like dead draws if you don't get anything reasonable with it. Fortunately, no, the Baron's not too bad. If we have to copy the... Sorry, to give a Death Rattle Reborn, if we have to do it on the Baron, so be it. That's fine. This is asteroids, right? I was just thinking, is that crazy card to put in my deck? I guess it is. I have actually no spells that do spell damage, but it's a Death Rattle and it draws, and that's kind of like what I want.
One dose solves any problem.
Top deck, the Infestor, please. That might be a better play than the Baron play. Possibly should have traded the 1/4 in then, but I'm quite happy with it being at 4 health. No Zerg on board, by the way. In fact, just draw like 1 Zerg this game. Actually, I think I did miss... Well, I don't know. Maybe I should have killed this guy so I could trade the whatchamacallit. The you-know-what.
The citadel stands strong.
That is unbelievable Colossus ordering.
One dose solves.
It's fine. Now that I think about it, do I really want to spread this Death Rattle around? It's probably not good enough. If I'm going to put Death Growl in this deck, I need to hit, like, Eliza or the whatchamacallit. Or the Banelings. The Infestor is what I was trying to get to. This would still draw 3 cards.
Space time.
Right, finally found out what my opponent is.
Gravitational wave.
They must have, like, 2 copies of that, and they've had, like, a really stuck hand. You know what? I think I'm going for big draw.
The citadel stands strong.
I still don't have a brood thing on the field.
Just use more. Just use more.
Solves any problem.
Good enough. So I've got draw 2, I think, still on the board, right? So I could overdraw, but there's only 2 cards that's really bad. It's Resker and Kerrigan. Kerrigan would be awful. Alright, well, it's going to come to fruition, potentially. I was toying with getting rid of the coin as well for it. I'm pretty certain that was a misplay. I think they should have done it in this order. With this first. We got Kerrigan, so that's fine. Completely okay.
Witness true arcane magic.
Okay. Do I put the 1/1s into the 5/7? There's no real reason to, right? I should just put it face. They can do 20 damage and draw 3 overload cards. That's not that threatening right now. They could put silence or something on this, or a hex type thing. If they do it, congratulations. I have the Yodel combo with it as well. So...
None can comprehend the expanse of my power.
The sad thing is, I think I'm kind of favored to lose this game, because they're going to eventually do the Incendious cycle, all the asteroids thing, and I just lose.
This storm
I've not played fast enough. It has to be this, right? It's just such an efficient board clear. I get 2 more cards. 3. Yeah.
Here I come, ready or not.
We might lose the 4-2 again. And the opportunity to the Yelling Yodel, but Rescue Yodel would actually be probably better. I could also Yelling the Eliza. They're both fine. I just need to start putting up some pressure. The button is pressure. Oh, there's Incendious. Is that thing something I absolutely have to kill? Do I lose if I don't kill that? But steal it.
8 combatants enter, and I take the crown.
Mine. Button or Hydralisk? Hydralisk is more, right?
Not enough mana.
Can't play the Hydralisk. Turns out that's the actual answer. I'm still content with this play. I didn't have a good answer to Incendious. How is my opponent not drawn an asteroid, by the way, this game? There are 15 asteroids? No, there's more than that. Wait, actually, is it less? No, there's 6 plus asteroids. I actually don't know what's going on right now. There's 27 cards that this game's not seeing.
Arcane magic. How enigmatic.
Not an asteroid? Okay, well, there's an asteroid. Asteroid Shaman is such a fucking degenerate deck.
I can't turn this around. Oh.
I think I've got lucky here, but fuck this deck. It's so stupid.
There is little time.
They deserve the misfortune here.
This storm is in me.
Let Jesus take the wheel. Alright. Didn't get lethal. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No one gets a free
3, 6 died. Okay, I'm gonna build a card I can't count. I thought I was okay by 1. Whatever. You have lethal. They actually probably have a chance. If they've got a draw engine in there, then we're in trouble.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
Okay.
I raise, you fold. I raise, you fold.
One dose solves any problem.
Too many cards.
4, 6.
Shouted from the mountaintop.
Hey, we got it, I think. I was gonna say, I think the odds are in my favor now that I get lethal. It's not guaranteed. It was actually quite risky, because if I didn't get the kill there, we lose, probably, because he'll just run it into the face and go for asteroids, but at the same time, if Jesus is on my side, surely we're more likely to win, right? Was that game convinced me his blood tap the right answer? I'm not sure it's convinced me blood tap is the right answer. We still haven't lost is the funny thing, but I can feel it coming. Okay, this could be a mirror.
Let the blight begin.
Underestimate me at your peril.
Is this as good as an opening as I could actually ask for? It's not. Unironically, it's not. I really think spawning pool is, like, essential. I'll keep you for the high roll. It's close to as good as I can hope for. If I can get the Buccaneer to stick, we're in such a good state, but I'm not going to get the Buccaneer to stick now. So, yeah, we're in trouble.
Can't stand the cold.
Okay, this is... I think I've seen this version on the internet. I don't fully get this version. It doesn't look like good to me, but... what do I know? I'm going to go on this strat, because the Brood Queen can trade favorably into both of these. If they go for a double trade, so be it. I basically traded my coin to deal with 3 mana of stuff. Which is okay. Another Brood Queen.
Nothing gets past my hounds. Yeah.
Okay. I think I have to take that.
Job done.
opponent has to clear this, right? That's scary, because I think the other thing that's important in this matchup is to get to Kerrigan as quickly as possible. And that's increasing the chance of getting to Kerrigan faster. That's not too bad. I'm just a little bit worried that what I'm doing is like super slow right now. And all it takes for them is to drop a Viper on the board and I cry. Also, all it takes right now is they play Kerrigan that was discounted from the Worm and I also cry. The trade's slightly more awkward. They currently have to... Well, they don't have to make a decision. If they push the button, they can get it easily, but... Well, somewhat more easily. Yeah. It's actually not quite that simple. They need one more damage. Ooh. Interesting idea. Are they going to leave the 4-3 up? Sure, they're going to kill the 1-4, though. I don't hate this line right now. If they kill the 4-1 and leave the 4-3, it's actually really annoying for me. Yeah, this is a really good play. Because I can't kill it easily, which means I can't use the Viper to give it reborn again easily. I could just try and high roll the Lurker.
What's their weakness?
But I'd like... Oh, we can't keep the Lurker. Maybe I just book in the Baron at this point. I need draw. And we're playing Kerrigan next turn.
Eyes on the horizon!
The citadel stands strong.
If they play Kerrigan, it's not the end of the world. I think they're going to try and play Viper on the same turn that they play their... Whatchamacallit? Their Infestor. Death Growl. Alright, they did it more greedily than I've been doing it. I finally draw Death Growl. I still think we're, like, not in a terrible position.
Here I come, ready or not.
I don't want to leave that up, but I have to. Because I think this is scarier. Also, my hand is full again. And there's a bunch of cards I don't want to lose right now.
Take a good look. You ain't never seen a rabbit.
Yeah. That's bad.
Take a good
Although,
look.
if they
You
trade
ain't never
this,
seen a
it's
rabbit.
not actually the end of the world. Fuck. Maybe I should have killed the 1/1. I was so worried about the Viper, but they've had so much value from this. Okay, that's unironically good for me. Like, seriously good for me. Spawning pools would have been huge. That's all I had.
You're good enough to infest.
I probably could have thought about it a bit more, but maybe if I did this... No, I didn't have it. I actually lost that game because I greeded. I didn't greed, sorry. The opposite. They went super greedy to get a good death growl off, and I was like fucking just sending everything for like a bit of tempo, and it just wasn't worth it in the end. I'll also say at this point, I'm actually convinced Blood Tap is not the answer. I don't think Eliasda is, so we're basically back to where I was before, where I'm quite happy with this. I'm just not thrilled with what I put in the last 3 slots. I feel like if I ever get behind, we just lose. But does that mean you put some more Death Growls? Maybe you put some fucking Plague Grains in the deck. I actually don't know what the correct choice is here. I did see some people put Hellier in the deck as well, as just this other way of winning the game. But I'm not convinced by that. Cold Feet can be fun. I've seen a few people putting Mosh Pit on the deck as well, but I feel like Mosh Pit is so slow. Surely Mosh Pit just loses you the game, right? If I was Rainbow, I could put Rainbow Seamstress into the deck, which actually isn't a bad card. But I feel like I want something in the 1 or 2 department. I've seen a few people running Scarab Keychain as well, but I'm not sure about that. Cult Neophyte. Hand's not the issue. We've actually struggled with our hand recently. I think my draw is fine now. Nerubian Egg's another interesting shout, but it's probably not for the way I've got this. The hand buffy version of this deck, I think, runs Nerubian Egg as well. So maybe that was the issue I had. I'm trying to run the hand buff package without an egg in it. I really don't know what the next best card is for this deck. Well, I guess next 3 best cards for this deck. Fuck it, maybe Horn of Winter is right. Maybe they had a shout just for this. Just for Horn of Winter to put it into the deck. To maybe let you cycle through your cards a bit faster. Perhaps people are geniuses. And then the other card they ran with that was... what's it called? The 3... It's 3 mana, right? Or is it 2 mana? The one that draws a Frost spell. Could just throw Hellier in as well. There's options. Menethil's also an interesting idea. Freeze my opponent's board while I'm trying to set up some dudes. Harbinger, it's 2 mana, never mind. Fuck it, maybe we'll go for the Harbinger strat. It's only 2 frost spells, which slightly alarms me, but maybe that's good enough. Let's try this. I don't think this is the way that... I can't be bothered looking it up on... Get the numbers on it. I'm pretty certain that's not the way that the full deck is normally shown up as. In fact, let me go find the details of this. I'm intrigued to see how they do this, normally. I can see the benefit, though, of the refreshing 2 mana crystals in this deck. I've had some mana issues. Showing a 63% win rate. Below diamond, to be fair. Reska. Yeah, they have Mosh Pit in their deck. But actually, you know what? It's pretty close to that deck. Maybe it's fine. A priest, you say? I think the other thing that I should really be doing every single time right now, and I kind of said it before, I think I should be full mulliganing for Spawn Pool, almost. It's so important, that card. Surely they can't kill this, by the way. You're a priest, you don't have any removal. The class famous for control. You don't have any removal. Excuse me? I know you have the 3 damage card, but that's fairly infrequently ran. You don't have... Oh, it's Deafened. Okay, that's pretty bad, actually. Like, colossally bad, some would say. I think this is Protoss Priest. Just keep drawing. 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is now becoming like as good a draw as you can realistically hope for. I possibly should have played those Zerglings as well. Here's a question. Will you trade this if I put it on the board? No, that's a stupid question. They almost certainly will. I think I'll play the ones now. Fill out my curve a little bit. I'm slightly concerned to Viper right now because that deck is going to have some ginormous cards and I don't have a way around it. In fact, they have Holy Nose in the deck. This guy is fucking annoyed with aggro decks. I'm going for it. If I hit something like truly abhorrent, then good for my opponent. I have got the mana to do what I want to do. I'm so stupid.
Awesome.
You know what? Don't chase after bad money here. I fucked up. 100% I fucked up. It's on me. Also, what am I doing? Why am I making the worst trades imaginable? I just self-tilted myself. We had such a good play there. And I just tossed it away. Play Kerrigan.
Ready or not.
I just forgot when I pushed the location, the guy coming out of the location was going to be 1 mana. I don't even know why I forgot. But it was unironically a game-winning play. Speaking of which, this is a game-losing play for my opponent, but they don't know it yet. They can't really expect me to have Bob. But like, this is so bad for my opponent because they can't ever play the Protoss card now.
Eight combatants enter, and I take the crown.
3, 6, 9. That is all good. Would have liked to play this, but again, in fact, this is a really good combo with the Viper, but it's fine. Reroll. This was too important. You gonna steal my guy? No.
I can't turn this around. Oh.
Four. I can't do what I want to do. You know, actually, maybe I can, kind of. 3, 6. So this will give me 2 cards.
No one gets a free pass. We are the voice of iron.
Alright. Did I even do any shenanigans with that, if he was going to try and do any shenanigans with that? Generate Colossus. I mean, this is going to at least clear back. It is pretty fucking annoying, though. That I have to really greed, I think.
The citadel stands strong.
I can't all in as well right now. I need to put out like the appropriate amount of annoyance. 4 attack minions are pretty annoying for priests. Considering how controller orientated they are, I suspect. Oh, they're a Highlander deck, I think. I actually unironically think they're Highlander. I've only seen one of every card and they've been running some weird shit. Yeah, it's a Highlander deck, I think. Never mind, they've ran 2 copies of Deafen. We're good.
I bask in the twilight.
We're good. It just happened to be at that time it was a Highlander deck. The Viper. I think Viper's not too bad to get. I'm just toying with whether or not I just want to play a Viper on this. I think more often than not I'll be fine. Did not expect that card. Okay, I'm glad I made the play I made. And if I'm going to copy any death rattle, it's this one right now. The real, actual answer to all of this, though, is I want to copy Reska. Actually, Reska's way worse without the button now that I think about it. Yeah, they've got Artemis now as well. Are they going to defuse a Baneling? Kind of. They are... not. Okay. That's fine. In theory, my button counters like their button because of the hero power, giving you a bit of extra health. Okay, cool. Sorry, giving you a bit of divine shield. That's pretty big. Just keep playing a threat at a time. You don't need to go OTT right now. Just keep making it so they have something annoying they have to remove. One of the cards is a coin. We don't know what the other two are.
We are the voice of iron.
Okay, I see your gimmick. Just keep getting lucky, that's fine. Viper doesn't quite deal with the Baneling. It's so fucking annoying. One more attack on it, it would be, like, so over. I'd really rather not Amanthul just these two things, but maybe I just Amanthul it. I know they have another one, but what can they do? Well, that's certainly a choice. No health? Oh, it's Void Ray. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, why did your health not go up?
We shall serve forever.
That's annoying. Like, astonishingly annoying. Because I can't kill my own guy.
What to choose?
Reska? Not Reska. I think I lose this game. I have to play this. You know, I've got a new plan. Nearly fucked up the plan. If they can't get through the 4-9 freely, we're good. There's no minion in your deck, right? I need you to not have 3 damage. I know you have 2. Holy shit. I definitely would have gone face with that. Never mind. Oh, actually... Okay, we live. We don't live. What was I on? I thought it was on 13 health. I guess it was on 12 health. I'm actually stunned that I lost this game. They basically just generated the absolute perfect Protosses for every single situation is how I lost that game. They generated the 2 AoE twice. Generated Carrion and Gigataunt minion to win the game. That's kind of disgusting, honestly. That all being said, because I misplayed that one turn where I should have Gigabuffed my minions, it's my fault. I should have won the game. So, I can't really blame her. Like, my opponent's luck. I should have had, like, +2/+2 to all stats, which would have made the finish way easier.
Proxy versus Throw.
All that being said, though, if I drew fucking Resker as well, I would have just won the end. Because I could have just yodeled the Resker, but that's fine. It's okay. I won't, I guess. Right, we're looking for the location. I think Nidus Worm is also good enough to keep. Interesting opening. That's actually 2 different lines I can take now. I can Buccaneer into the Baron.
Spirits guide you.
Brace yourself.
Fucking Shaman.
Problem.
I hate Shaman. Can we just get rid of that class from the game? I hate they've got like 3 like viable tier 1-ish decks. There's like the Asteroid version, which is what this is. There's like a Swarmy version, which I don't think is quite as good now, but it's still pretty annoying. Wow, they didn't trade. That's interesting. Should I trade? I guess? My hand is really weird again. I'll try an intermediate approach. I say it's intermediate. It's actually pretty bad. My next turn is really bad, though. Which is kind of why I'm playing the 1/4, because Baron then's not as bad a turn. I somehow managed to get, like, the 3 Zerg cards, which just don't synergize with one another yet. And I finally get some fucking card that can actually do something cool. Thanks. The worst thing is, I can't just Viper like willy-nilly right now because Incendious is... Well, maybe I can. Maybe I just accept Incendious comes onto the board. In fact, I've changed my mind. Maybe that is completely fine. As Incendious is really the only scary card. Well, that's not quite true, but it's one of the big scary cards. I'm gonna do it. If I pull Incendious, who cares? Yeah, this is fantastic. It's 2 damage, who cares? Not having to deal with this shit is
even more
way better
than I expected.
Awesome.
Now, my only concern is if they bounce cards back in that deck, but I don't think they do, right? There's nothing that bounces. It's just asteroids all the way down.
None can can comprehend the expanse of my power.
Here I come, ready or not.
There's no reason for me to trade right now, so I won't. I can also steal their guy, which I'm toying with doing. I think it's the wrong play by a long margin. In fact, this might be one of the rare situations where we use Bob to draw a bunch of cards.
Impressed by my
Actually, maybe Golganeth is the card. Yeah, Golganeth is the card I steal. Wait, is Golganeth the card I steal? Do I care about Golganeth? I have like no spells in my deck.
of the seas.
No, it is Golganeth. Insane. Insane skill from the Asteroid Charm there. They drew a card and he just 50-50'd my minion. I guess I could say that I just pulled the card from their hand. It happened to be Incendious. Bob, steal that. It's actually... It doesn't attack. Do I care?
How to toy with them.
You know what? Fuck this. Actually, I'm gonna push the button.
Job done.
I could potentially get so much more value from this just drawing cards. So what if it takes me some additional turns? So what if I do 20 damage to one of my minions? Who cares? Draw 3 overload cards. Who cares? Like, as long as I'm not taking damage, it's not a huge issue.
Hear the call of Shardar.
The storm is in me.
One other thing I can actually do is cause them to draw 3 coins so they overdraw. And maybe that is what I do. Try and defuse the asteroids.
There is little time. My eyes aflame. My mercy fades.
If I get Yodel, that's really funny. Yodel Death Rattle. It's the only battle cry in my deck, right? Oh no, there are some others. It's the only good one, really. I can Bob. Wait, hang on a minute. Does that actually work? Bob, what does your card actually say? It's not a copy.
How to toy with them.
8 combatants enter, and I take the crown.
I'm sorry, it's just too funny.
This is even more challenging than I expected.
Oh, I nearly killed Golganeth as well, just through sheer RNG. Right, that's an asteroid diffused. Game. Are we okay? Or have we crashed? Oh, we're good.
I enter the fury of the skies.
What are we doing on the double battle cry?
The storm is in me.
Nothing. We might want to should have blocked the Chill Fallen Baron as well as the other sad thing I might have to do.
There is little time.
Never mind, we'll just lose. I need to draw Yodel, sorry. Just top deck it, otherwise I lose.
Any problem?
That's probably game. I should have just grabbed Golganeth. What was I thinking? Why did I try and shoulda block a Yodeler? God damn it, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid and greedy.
How to toy.
The citadel stands strong.
So you're saying there's a chance? Obviously I can't do the shoulda block play anymore, but...
Take a good look. You ain't never seen a buried dead or alive.
Shout it from the mountaintops!
That's all I could do.
You're good enough to confess.
Is it gonna go face? Yeah, of course it did. Didn't matter. Even if I made the right play there, I should have got my guy to die, but I was trying to create a scenario where I wouldn't steal a zero attack thing, but I should have just fucking sent it and prayed. Oh well. That's my fault. I should have stole Golganeth, as I said. We still would have died, though, because that deck is fucking stupid. And it's going to be in the game for another year. Because, actually, will it be another year? Are there enough keycards rotating out? Maybe there's enough keycards rotating out.
Underestimate me at your peril.
Okay, well, we've got the best one drop I can possibly have. So, we'll look for a good 3 drop now. Okay. I feel like most warriors right now are the Starship ones, so that's going to be my guess. Alright, they've done nothing so far this game. It's kind of unsettling me. We'll play this because there's only one Horn of Winter left in my deck, so we might be able to tutor for it. Unless we top deck it before they kill it, in which case we'll have a big sad time. Alright, it's some sort of taunt Starship Warrior deck thing.
Shatter their bones!
Wow, Starville Parrot is in the deck. Holy shit, they've been like... They've been done dirty by some sort of Starship deck.
In the rear with the gear.
Eyes on the horizon!
Nothing gets past my house. Nothing gets past my
Shatter their bones!
Don't need to rush this turn. We can chill. What I really need is a good Death Rattle. AKA, can we draw Infestor, please? Or roll into Infestor via the lava? That'd be pretty swell right now. This type of deck, by the way, is part of the reason why I've put Bob in the deck. Bob and Rescue, for that matter. Because I just have no way to get through this ginormous spaceship with all my guys. Well, like, it's really hard for me to do it. Wow, I'm stunned that's what you went for.
In the rear with the gear.
Alright. Zero cost battle cruiser incoming. Holy moly there. Wow, they're launching quick. I don't think they wanted that to go face. We got an Infestor. Oh my god, it's so good. Now we want Rush. Do I want this to die? No I don't. We are about to get a card put back into my hand again. So, we might want to play the Roach.
Much time.
3, 6, 7. Fine. We float to mana, but I don't super care. I guess I could have used the coin instead of horn to be more efficient. But I panicked a little bit, okay? Alright, my hand is pure Zerg right now. Pure Zerg. That is not scary at all. What are we doing with this? I guess damage? Try and hit the 4-1? I don't know. You're gonna get a copy. Okay. Sure. You are actually giga-fucked, opponent. You can't let me do this. Alright, could have been worse, ironically. I was hoping to pull out something a bit bigger than this. Giggity. I actually can't kill this without using the 5. Fuck's sake. I'm about to get one card put into my hand. 3, 6, 8. It's just one card, right? It's just this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're good. I assume they're trying to set up some ginormous play with Thor right now, but... Yep, 5 mana, 2-1. Okay. Keep going at it with the 5 mana 2-1s. This is... Is this bullying at this point? I can't get board space! He's countered me. Alright, I see what the game plan was, but... At the same time, don't. How about you don't? I'm about to summon another card to my hand, so I think I have to toss this card. I'm just having issues right now with hand size. Did I have lethal then? I don't know. Whatever. They're having the worst day imaginable. Unless their plan is to fill my hands with Zerglings so I can't play any of my cards, in which case it's a genius plan because it's currently happening. You have any board clear, please? Nope, Star Volpera. That's what you've got. To target the Starship decks that no one is running right now. Well, Actually, I guess more than normal are running them.
Feel the thunder.
Here we go. Here goes Thor. Did all this for 15 damage. Well, 20, I guess. Cool. Alright, we went 4 and 3. Definitely deserved. I'll take it. I still don't think this list is perfect. Maybe this is a better idea just because you can use Horn of Winter to empty your hand again to play some more cards. I like the idea of Bob to potentially deal with a big starship. I like the idea of Reska plus Yodeler. 2 Yodelers I think is too heavy. Maybe 2 Death Growls is actually fine. I felt like it was too heavy in my early testing off camera. But it's something close to this list is, I think, the optimal one. And I don't think it can be a tier 1 or maybe even a tier 2 deck for that matter. Because it just feels super clunky in the early game. If you can actually like get your Buccaneer to live into an Infestor, into a Viper, then it feels unbelievably strong, but that's the challenge. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this YouTube, why not leave a like, comment, subscribe, everything helps me out. Let's see you again next time. Bye!